Hello. Hi to all the new friends that have wandered this way. It is so nice to meet you. What are you working on? What are you doing? Oh, it's Friday. I have an extra long break from work. I have the rest of this weekend. I'm not going to do my Sunday, Monday. So I have all of next week. The kids are getting ready to go back to school. So that means the house will be empty and I'll be home. So, yesterday I did a deep clean. Not of the house. No. I played with my yarn. I have a wooden display case next to my bed that it's my yarnscape, and that's where I keep all of my good stuff, my special stuff, my yarn that I don't want out of sight, out of mind. Like, I want to keep that yarn fresh. I want to make something with it. I don't want to tuck it away. So I have that yarn case, and I went through it and refreshed some of the items that I have that I really want to work with. I need to get into that this week. And then I have 2 totes under the bed that I neatly labeled cotton. And those 2 clear storage totes are full of, I love this cotton. My Aunt Lydia's down there. Knit Picks makes a nice little lighter weight cotton. It's not a workhorse, but it works amazing for the little amigurumis. So I got all my cotton from all the cracks and corners are in those 2 totes, neatly labeled. And then under the bed, that's not a bad thing. That's a storage space. I have a traveling suitcase where I keep all of my floppy yarns. So they are skeins of yarn that I have worked with but haven't finished. So they're not really nice and neat and tidy to keep packed away. I've taken a few bites out of them. So I keep those in there. And then under my dresser, I have a really unique storage container. I think it's made by that Starlight. It's like a Tupperware container, only it's shaped like a business suitcase, but it's long and it's flatter, so it fits under the dresser. And that's where I keep all my itty bitties. It's not trash, it's a very unique color, and I'm finding that is emptying quick with all these Imkins I've been making. Imkins only require just a tiny little tidbit of yarn. My Crochet Monster book came yesterday. I'm gonna make some crochet monsters. So that suitcase is probably traveling to the living room this week too. Oh, that's an incredible book. I'll share it with you. And then I have 2 other yarn storage spaces. So I have a lane chest at the end of my bed, and that's where I keep all my precious, my hand-dyed, my sock weight, my unique, and I pretty much have sweater quantities of each that I have. But that is a little out of sight, out of mind. Can't help it. Can't all be on display. Then my last storage space is out of control. 1 stack. I'm looking at it right now. It's behind you. 1 stack of very neatly organized storage totes. That's it. That's all the yarn. You don't want to get overwhelmed with yarn. I really try just to buy what I need for a project. Shop my stash first, of course. I got this yarn cellar that's just amazing. I need to shop the yarn cellar. And then if I don't have what I need, I buy just what I need. So I want to work through some of these. They're not one-ofs. I got enough. So that's the plan for next week. What did I do in the last, I don't know, last couple of days? On my last overnight, let's see, I made an Impkins. It was an 8-hour overnight, so I made an Impkins. And then I was gifted, which all my kiddos and extended kiddos, thank you, Isaiah, think of me when they see crochet items. I'd like to introduce you to a Pokemon card named Sandygast. Is it kind of as clear as could be? During your opponent's next turn, if the defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack doesn't happen. Sounds pretty cool to me. I have no clue how Pokemon works other than things that I've heard. My kids go to raids. But I know this is a cute crochet card. He even put it in a nice little protector for me. So I'm going to put it back in the protector. And I think I need to give it back to him. But when I give it back to him, I would love to give it back to him with this. It's in likelihood, okay? I did the best I could. This was on an overnight. I did the best I could with just randomly, he gave me the card. I grabbed colors for a color palette and I went at it. So, all freehand. There's no pattern to this. I really did just look at the card and try to think. Now, after being done with it, I do see how I could have done some things differently. My idea was I made a cone and then I worked off the cone. Looked like a weird little winter Canadian hat. And then I decreased down here at the edge to kind of give it how it goes in a bit. So then I stopped. And then I worked a complete circle because I am seeing a circle. Hindsight. I would have worked the circle, the tube. The width is good. I wouldn't have changed that. But at the end of the tube, I probably would have put like a brim of a sun hat. I would have done a whole bunch of double crochets, bloomed it out even further like a sun hat, and did a double crochet, or not double crochet, increase in every round. And then I would have done it again like a sun hat, enough that I could have pulled it back and then attached this piece over the top, evenly blending so that I wouldn't have had a ridge. That's where I tried slipping. I couldn't slip stitch, so I single crocheted this piece to the inner tube piece. But I think if I would have done it like a sun hat and bloomed it out, I could have rolled it back and then I would have had a smoother entrance. I'm not going to redo it. I can't redo it. Stop. Another thing that I think that I would have done, so I made this piece and then I stopped. And then I made just some varying sand cones, little sand, beginning of sand castles, like the peaks, which are down here and around. Looking at it, I see that those 3 peaks are actually a lot closer. So when I made them, and then I started single crocheting around the main piece and then stopped, slipped into the next piece and then single crocheted around and around. And then I did the same thing on this side. So I went around and then I slipped and then I started coming around, slipped and come around. And then with the tails, ooh, that's the ugly side. On the tail ends, I went back and I just whip stitched a little to hide those little, the little awkward parts where I didn't crochet into. I think I should have made the main piece, did a border around the bottom of the main piece, maybe a couple of rows, and then put the cones close to where I wanted them, and then crocheted all the way around it. It turned out good. I'm happy. Isaiah's gonna be thrilled. He's a Pokemon expert of our home, so I don't know. I did the best I could. After looking closer at these Pokemon cards, they are definitely AI generated. And after putting them, I took a picture on my phone and then I zoomed into the picture so that I could see the stitches. They make sense, but they don't make sense. They don't make common crochet sense, but it is crochet. And I do have a little stack in my collection of the crochet cards. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So I'll get that to him. Now that I've shared it with you guys, it can go to its new home. And then I just used some embroidery thread in the darker and did some teardrops, some single crochet increases, the half double increases. And then in my little peak rows, my longer peak rows, they look like little avocados. In my little peak rows, I did a double, a triple, a double all into one, and that gave it a nice little teardrop look. What am I going to do about that? I was thinking I could glue it onto something, but I don't know. I think I'll take these ends and just stitch where the cotton's poking through and just tuck them in and trim them off. Tidy it up a bit before I gift it. So that was fun. I did that on an overnight. So yesterday was spent pretty much organizing and cleaning yarn. And then I was going through my stuff and pulling out all my finished objects. Seriously considering joining a market this season, like a crafters fair, a little market, and setting up a table and kind of letting some of these things go that I don't really have personal attachment to. Is just a pattern that I wanted to check out. Accumulated a whole bunch of hats, which could be donated. But I think I want the experience of everyone's doing these markets and fairs. It seems like you're really getting out there and meeting new people in the community. I want to do that. As I was going through them, I was also making 2 piles of items that I told the besties I would mail to them a while ago. But Bestie Eva is having a birthday party next month, and I want to make sure I put a very purpley package together for her. And one of the items that I have that I've been making that she really, really liked is the the puffer fish. So these are the bladders that I was buying off of AliExpress. You get like 10 of them for a couple of bucks. So I have about 40 of them. I think they'd make a great little market item, but I'm also making them to put in my little free library out in front of the house. So these are fun. They're quick. You make 2 domes and you squeeze that and sew that into it. And then you make some fins and some lips and you're done. Some fins and some lips and you're done. So Eva's favorite color is purple. All the purples. She loves all the purples. Throw all the purples in there and mix them together. That's the color of Eva. And I even found a purple keychain. So I got a puffer fish to send to Eva. Fins, tail, keychain, lips. I forgot to put the lips on some of them. I forgot to put the lips on the turquoise one for Amanda. over at Tap Mama and the Bag Brigade. I forgot to put the lips on the turquoise, so had to add lips. Those are some sassy lips, aren't they? That's lipstick lips. Yeah. So I got the tail, the fins, the lips. He's ready to go. Ready to mail, ready to go. So that's about it. Today I plan on flipping through the pages of that monster book, the Crochet Monster book by Megan Lapp. She's also the designer of the Impkins. Loving it. I am so happy that she didn't just duplicate the same attributes to the Impkins. The monster book is completely different. Just as good, just as wonderful. Tons more options. But she didn't duplicate what I had already purchased in the other book. I really appreciate that. And I look forward to making one and sharing with you very, very soon. Thank you so much for coming to visit me. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to getting to know all the new friends in the comments. So please comment below. Tell me where you're from. Where do you live? Is it driving distance to me? I sure hope so. I'd love to meet y'all in person. Thank you for coming by. See you soon. Bye.